Y'all are not ready for Spider-Man Far From Home. This movie was an absolute blast from beginning to end and the perfect conclusion to the MCU's Phase 3. Hey everyone, it's Sharana from Pay or Wait, and today we're going to be reviewing Spider-Man Far From Home, which is directed by Jon Watts, who's also responsible for directing 2017 Spider-Man Homecoming. This film stars Tom Holland, Samuel L. Jackson, Jake Gyllenhaal, and Zendaya, and this time around, Peter is still dealing with the aftermath of Endgame, and right now he just wants to enjoy being a teenager. He doesn't want any responsibility. He just wants to kick back and relax and go on his summer vacation with his classmates from school, and so everything is going fine until, of course, there has to be a new threat that lands on Earth, and Peter has to once again step in and save the world. So that's pretty much all I'm going to say about the plot of this film, because I do want to make sure that I protect everyone's viewing experience. So this is going to be a spoiler-free review, and so I will also ask those of you who have seen Spider-Man Far From Home, please refrain from posting any spoilers in the comment section. I would greatly appreciate it. So for those of you who are new to my channel, I talk about what I liked about the film and what I didn't like about the film, and should you pay or wait to see this film in theaters. So guys, I had a really great time with Spider-Man Far From Home, and I will have to say I've enjoyed what Tom Holland has brought to this franchise as Peter Parker. Seeing his progression and his growth from what we saw when he was first introduced in the MCU in Civil War to now what we see in Far From Home, I really love what he's brought to this character. And one of the things that I enjoy in this film is that we get to see a little bit more depth from him. Yes, he's still the quirky and awkward Peter Parker, but also too, because he's dealing with grief and trying to figure out how to process that and how to process what being a superhero means now that more of the responsibility has fallen on him. You do get to see more dramatic acting from him in this film, which I think he does a very great job. But I have to say, I love the interaction between Peter and MJ, played by Zendaya, and we do get to see more of her, which I appreciate, and she still brings that weird, quirky one-liners, the little clever one-liners that she gives, and I just love watching them be awkward teenagers with one another. And also, too, Peter's classmates, they're not annoying to me in this film. They actually deliver some pretty funny moments as we're watching these teenagers like kind of embark on like being overseas and how they're dealing with all of these events that are happening. And I think they do a very great job in this film of explaining some of the questions that we did have from Endgame. They address it in a pretty funny way, and I love how everything plays out with the explanations. Now, guys, I gotta talk about Mysterio. I gotta talk about my man Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio. He did an absolute fantastic job. I love that he like brought this like fun. You can tell he's like really enjoying what he's doing, and I'm so used to seeing him play more serious and like kind of brooding characters that it was nice watching him have fun as Mysterio. And I would have to say that Mysterio looks pretty damn cool. I was very excited when they announced that Mysterio was going to be in this film, but I was also worried because, I mean, this is a character that looks kind of cartoonish. He literally has a fishbowl for a head. But I would have to say with the effects, the Mysterio is absolutely awesome. When you see him in action, it's absolutely amazing, and even looks more better than what I initially saw in the trailers. Now, from the action standpoint, I enjoyed the action in this film. I would definitely say this is definitely top 3 as far as action out of any of the MCU films. Really, that has to do with the camera work that they had, with the effects that they have. But because of some of the POV shots and some of these action sequences, I thought that I was Peter Parker. I was like, look at me saving the world. I'm doing all these crazy stunts and stuff like that. Just because of how they shoot it, it really puts you in the situation and makes you feel as though you are Peter Parker. Now, while I had a lot of things that I enjoy about this film, I do think because the film kind of switches gears, it kind of threw the pacing off for a little bit of the film, but they do a very great job of picking it back up and really taking you on an enjoyable and thrilling ride all the way until the end of the film. I will also have to say that I was a little sad that I didn't get a little bit more of Aunt May. I know Aunt May is not like a main character, but because they gave Aunt May this refresh in this new franchise with Marissa Tomei, I just wanted to see a little bit more of her because she is one of my favorite characters. But I will also have to say that overall, I really enjoyed Spider-Man Far From Home. I had a really great time watching this. This is probably one of, like, if not my favorite, definitely top two Spider-Man films across all of the different franchises and reboots that they've done with Spider-Man. I think that the audiences are really going to have a great time. This is the perfect end to Phase 3, and it really makes me excited to see what the MCU has in store for Phase 4, and I really hope that Sony and MCU, that they can continue to partner together to really come up with some more awesome films. I really love what they've done with Spider-Man, how they kind of revamped this franchise without doing the same things that the previous films have already done. So what I would say and tell you guys to do with you and your coins, I would tell you to pay to go see this film in theaters. Make sure you guys stay for a mid-credit and post-credit scene that will literally make you scream. I yelled out loud, the audience yelled out loud, my jaw just dropped, and I was just like, you guys did that. I loved all of the surprises in this film, the risk that they took for Spider-Man Far From Home. I really think that people are going to enjoy it. So that's enough of me rambling. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna save the rest of it for the spoiler review. So those are my thoughts on Spider-Man Far From Home. As always, my name is Sharonda from Payroll Waits, and if you like what you saw today, make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, share this video with your friends, and make sure you hit that notification bell. And I love you guys 3000. I'll see you soon.